everyone, in this episode of Warframe, we're going to go over the brand new Warframe introduced in Update 17, currently available on the PC, Equinox. Don't forget to click like to show your support, and if you're new around here, join the rest of us in Seeking Nation by clicking subscribe. So Equinox is actually pretty unique in the sense that it can switch between multiple different forms of itself. To better explain this, we're going to go into the ability section right here. And the first ability is called Metamorphosis. This allows you to switch between the night form and the day form. You'll always start as the night form every time you start a mission, but you can switch back and forth between them at will with this ability. You'll also gain a temporary bonus. For example, as the day form, you'll get a bonus in damage and speed. If you switch back to the night form, you get a bonus in shield and armor. However, the real reason to switch between them is for the next three abilities. You'll be able to determine which one of these you can cast. For example, as the night form, you'll be able to cast Rest, which allows you to put targets to sleep. Pacify reduces damage inflicted by nearby enemies, and then the ultimate Mend allows you to heal allies with each nearby enemy killed. And then if we go back to the day form, we'll be able to cast Rage, which allows you to make targets more vulnerable to damage. Provoke allows you to increase power strength of nearby allies, obviously increasing the effectiveness of their powers. And then finally, the ultimate Mame allows you to cause nearby enemies to bleed, and then they're subjected to a wave of slashing force. That's actually my favorite ability, and I can't wait to show it, but we're going to go through each of these abilities one by one in some real game scenarios, starting now. Alright everybody, we're going to try switching between forms with Metamorphosis. We're currently the night form, as you can see, so we're going to switch over to the day form. This gives us a temporary boost in attack speed and damage. You can see how long it's going to last right at the top of the screen, right to the left of my shield, which is actually getting really low right now. But that's alright because we're doing even more damage and we're going faster than we normally would. And it's really cool too is we completely changed the look of our Warframe too. And then we're going to switch back to the night form. And that'll give us a temporary boost in shield and armor, so we're more well protected. Can actually see that effect on my Warframe 2 right there on the HUD right now. That'll work nicely, but the real reason to switch between the forms, of course, as I mentioned, is to try out these other abilities. So as the night form, I'm going to go through each of them. Okay, next we're going to try Rest, which is going to put these enemies to sleep. This makes them completely vulnerable to damage, just like Excalibur's Radio Blind does. You can perform stealth kills on them in this state. And in a lot of cases it works quite well because you can insta-kill them. And we can keep casting as much as we want, especially if we get some power efficiency really going on here. Keep casting it. Oh yeah, look at this. We're chaining them together and everything. All these guys are affected by this. Doesn't deal any damage itself, but it does help your team out a lot. And obviously it doesn't stay effective for a very long period of time. That's why you need a continuity on there too. Next, we're going to try Pacify. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to decrease the amount of damage that enemies can cause. Pretty obvious benefits to the team. And, I mean, you can't really determine too well here how effectively it's working, but just trust it. Believe in it. And finally, we're going to try Mend, the ultimate ability that's going to allow us to heal our teammates as nearby enemies go down. You can see that they're highlighted by this whole glowing aura. And if you pay really close attention, you can actually see that some of the teammates will be healed if they start to take some damage. But this definitely is very effective in case you don't have a Trinity with you, or an Oberon, or even a Necros. Equinox can fill that role as well. Okay, now Metamorphosis, switch back to the day form, and then we're going to try out Rage. This is going to make the enemies more vulnerable to damage. As soon as we find a group of them, let's not use it on a couple, let's use it on a group. There we go, this is a little bit better. Okay, we're just going to aim it at the enemies. There we go. And, I mean, you can't really tell too well how well it's working, but it's making it easier for us to kill them. Completely obvious benefits to the team as well. Make this shield lancer weaker. Oh, definitely the heavy gunner. Definitely the heavy gunner. Yeah, that's pretty easy to do. Use it on this one as well. Yeah, especially after we properly mod Equinox, it's going to be amazing, I bet. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, and we also have Provoke, which is basically just another buff. It's going to increase the power strength of all our nearby allies, so we're going to cast that. That'll help them be a lot more effective. And now the ultimate Mame for the day form, we're going to cast that now. As you can see, the enemies are taking damage over time. They're also kind of flinching. They can't really look straight. They'll still be able to attack because they'll come to in a little bit, but you at least have a little bit of relief before they can come back. And they can just run around the map. This actually casts the ability on anybody nearby. Kind of like Ember's whole World on Fire's run around the map as soon as you cast it. All the enemies take damage over time, and it's obviously helping your teammates. It also gives Equinox a nice damage dealing ability to go in with all the buffs and the supportive roles. Enough of the abilities, let's try out some of these Parkour 2.0 elements. So we're just gonna sit here on the wall until we fall off. I don't think it lasts too long. No, it does not at all. Alright, let's try this again over here. We got the heavy gunner at least. We'll take down some of these regular enemies, these pawns. Poor pathetic fools. And now back to my second game with Equinox. Alright, we have that wave cliff down. Now it's time to get to business. Man, this Parkour 2.0 is amazing. I can't believe how much more fun it actually makes the game, and it makes a whole lot more sense because now I can actually feel like a space ninja. Don't get me wrong, the system before was alright, but they've definitely improved it greatly. You can jump all over the place, basically with no limitations. You can access areas that you could not access before. At least with certain Warframes, I mean, you always use like Valkyr's Rip Line or Excalibur's old Super Jump, Zephyr's ability too. Okay, we've got to try this. I mean, this would be a really good camping spot, especially for like a sniper strategy, like perch in a tower somewhere, watchtower. Unfortunately, this doesn't last long enough to work. What the? We didn't even see any Grenier from up there. What a ripoff. La 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 la, parkouring all over the map. La 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 la, let's kill a Grenier. We've got to destroy every last one of them. Oh, sick. This guy's going down, he's going down. Oh, destroyed. Just like his friends here, too. Oh, this group's so mine. They're so mine. We got this. We got this. Oh. No, what we were trying to do was flank them, so good job, us. We deserve a pat on the back, Harley. Good job as always. I have to say, it's absolutely incredible how fast you can get across the map with this. Look at that. We just destroyed this group. We wouldn't have necessarily been able to otherwise. It would have taken us a little bit longer, but agility is the name of the game now. Look at this. This is insane. Run all over these rocks. Jump all over the place. Ain't nobody got time for walking on the ground. Okay, Sneakies. I'm feeling a little bit better this time. Who thinks I can get these kills? Let's see. Oh, you would have been right if you said yes. That is how you do it. And one more impressive one for good measure. Alright, now before we get going here, let's take a quick look at Equinox, the base stats, and also any polarity icons already on there by default. So I'm currently at rank 24, so it's going to be a little bit different in the sense that armor actually still is 100. It also started at 100 health and 100 shields, so it's increased quite a bit over time for those stats. And we can also obviously make them a lot more effective with different mods. And over here, our Aura mod slot matches perfectly with Energy Siphon, my favorite one, so that's why we would put that there. And then we also have the icon there that fits either like a redirection or a vitality, maybe even a steel fiber, whatever you feel like going for in that situation. And then finally the V-shaped, which really for power strength, if anything. And then this is currently the mod setup I'm using right now. My mod setup on here isn't really as great as I like it to be because I don't have nearly the collection I have on my PS4 account of mods right now, but hopefully we can get some more, and we'll definitely make Equinox a force to be reckoned with. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. As always, I do hope you enjoyed. Be sure to come back next time because we're going to go over the new weapons introduced in this update as well, and even the new boss battle. I can't wait to try that one out. It sounds like it's going to be awesome. And make sure you click like to show your support. Hit subscribe if you're new around here. Join the rest of us in Seeking Nation, and I will see you next time.